Arguments over money can cause a lot of stress on relationships, and sometimes the problem isn't the money itself, but it's financial infidelity. Here to tell us what that is, how to spot it, and how to rebuild trust is our money expert, Derrick Kinney. Glad to have you on Daybreak this morning, Derrick. And let's start with that phrase, financial infidelity. What does that actually mean, and what are some real-life examples?
Well, surprisingly, Chris, 53% of Americans admit they buy something and don't tell their spouse, and they want to keep it a secret. So this is a bigger deal. A couple instances here. For women, it's often shoes. For men, it's often sports betting. And we even see people opening up credit cards and not telling their spouse or partner about what they're doing. So financial infidelity, Chris, is basically making a financial decision with the intent to hide it from the person you love the most. Now, we've had clients in the past, one specific, built up, get this, $65,000 of credit card debt without her spouse knowing it. Imagine when they came in, it was a crushing blow of embarrassment to her, but also it caused them to realize we've got a big problem that we've got to deal with.
It's a lot of shoes. If someone suspects someone suspects their partner is hiding something with money, what's the very first thing they should do? How should they approach it? And then also, what should they avoid doing?
Yeah, Chris, here's the number one mistake people make. Most people say, look, I know you're doing this. I see you making this mistake. I think you're hiding this from me. Why are you doing this? And they go into the accusation mode. And as you know, when people feel backed in the corner, they're going to lash out or they're going to shut down. So what I tell people is, especially if you want to keep this marriage, keep this relationship, you want to use wording like, honey, I'm seeing something that concerns me. Can you help me understand this? Or I saw something that looked alarming. Could you walk me through this and help me make sense of it? So you want to enroll them in helping you figure out probably the problem they caused without coming across like you're pointing the finger and accusing them definitely of doing something wrong.
So when this goes unaddressed, how can it affect both the relationship and also the money at stake?
Well, the big thing with money and even any relationship, Chris, as you know, is trust. And we know that there's a couple big levers of trust here. When you can't rely on your spouse or your partner for good financial advice and just truth, and they may lie to you about something, that erodes the relationship. So what I tell couples is, look, when you see this, you want to call it out and say, hey, listen, let's work together, and almost press the reset button. And the key here is to have what I like to call weekly or monthly money meetings, reviewing where you're at. So there's accountability. Often if one spouse handles the day-to-day bills and one does the investments, they're not always talking to each other. The key is to bring the heads together and make sure that you're on the same page, which can then rebuild the trust, which is critical.
Yeah, really great advice. Thanks for being on Daybreak with us this morning, Derrick. Everybody just take it easy on the shoes and the sports betting.
My pleasure, Chris. Great to see you.